don't we? Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you. From wherever you are joining us tonight, it is Maiyegun Live. I'm so sorry that I have to start this late. I just came back from driving over 400 miles. But we need catch up, don't we? There's been so much that happened in the last 48 hours when I was away. So tag this and say, while you were away, Maiyegun, I was not really away. So tell every one of them that Maiyegun today. Nigeria and Oti cook, Oti like, you know, I've got lots of stuff for you tonight. The top of them is that Thiefnubu don't go sign LGBT money. Right? And while that happen in North Ibai, while that don't happen for North. In 2014, Nigeria signed into law, good luck, Jolantan. Homosexuality in Nigeria is a crime. People have been lynched just because they are suspected to be gays. And yes, there are million gays in Nigeria, so you know. This was considered as one of the reasons why the Americans, Obama turned his back on Nigeria and allowed the terrorists to take over power in Nigeria. Now, 8 years after Boko Haram, Mumu ticket, Muslim ticket. That's how they are shouting in the north right now. Ama Sorolale. I miss you too. Today. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you. From wherever you are joining us tonight, it is Maiyegun, and just call this catch up. So we'll be catching up in the last 48 hours. Anyway, I was away somewhere in London, right? In the last 2 days, when the alarm of help, kilo shilling now, people were sinking, drowning in their dreams, on their bed, real life. And guess what? Because the man, the Poseidon, that defended Lagos from the Atlantic Ocean is no longer in Lagos. And whatever I put there to defend the Lagos in his head is no longer working. We had to send out lifeboats to save people. Few of these catch up.
This is Iyanawuru. Before Mainland Bridge. High flood, submerging all cars going to Lagos Island. All cars highly submerged inside the flood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They go.
Yeah, they go.
You see Hilux, they strong pass you, don't be go. You carry go rock me.
What? I'm practically swimming. No way. It's not even possible, no.
Oh my God. Jesus, yeah. Oh, she got another this side. Jesus, yeah.
I don't know how to talk.
What's in your?
My chairman has I'm on his friend.
I swear, do you want I send you my pants? You never enter my own, no? Hey! God, people are even backing themselves. Who will back me like this? How much for backing? Hey, what is this like this, God? Hey, God! I bet video me made a sleeping like this. Wait.
Oh, you're for well,
Madam, Jesus! God, what is this? What is this?
When are the cross fast?
Oh, yeah, move, go fast. Hey.
Keep your phone on.
I need to.
So that was all over Lagos. People are still trying to dry their furnitures, beddings. So many people have like their gadgets ruined, destroyed, and almost no part of Lagos was spared during that flooding. They've demolished thousands of houses. You would think that that could be a huge sacrifice eventually to save Lagos from all of that. Not even the house of God was spared.
Now they flood. This one now flood. This one, see our chair, everything fall down. See. Hey, I don't know waiting I go call this one. No. This year rain is bigger than any other thing. Let us watch and see. See everywhere. See everywhere. Everywhere. Feed up with water. Let me go and check you whether our instrument is inside water too. I'm entering Cyclis. Water feed everywhere. Water feed everywhere. Water free everywhere. Everywhere. People where sabi swim. Okay? Even if this one said we don't need to honor any electrical appearance because of shocking. The waterway soak this church. Make I go find key first.
It was massive. Those who are watching me from Lagos right now, maybe some of them are like putting their feet on on the desk and watching Maiyegun. Like, oh, Maiyegun, you are showing about us. This was 3 days ago. It's getting better now. So how is it? In the midst of all that chaos, the Thiefnubu's children, the Agberos, they were there. What? To monetize it. They were actually charging people to cross the bridge or walk in the water until they were reported online. And in the same vein, within few hours, they sent their march. So that's like a 2 video I'm going to show you now. That's also part of what happened to yesterday.
Yeah, we can beg 100 naira long back. They are collecting 100 naira on each person to take this passage. This is straight fare under bridge. Straight fare 100 under bridge. Pay 100 naira before you can take the passage. And we have presidents in this country. We have President Thiefnubu. Look at their faces.
No, come back, bro.
Yeah, we can beg 100 naira long back.
So they caught them. As usual. Well, from the other news, just while I was like, tucked away, right? I wasn't away. So I saw the sudden change in the attitude of the Eastern politicians, the Igbo politicians, concerning this illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, somehow, I don't know, maybe they heard us. They called a meeting. And in that meeting, they kind of feel like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be instrumental to the peace or to the peace process that they are trying to embark upon in Eastern Nigeria. And this time, they are ready to throw anything into it for his freedom. And from the grapevine, yeah, that's exactly what should have been done a while back. Okay, I don't know what is prompting them now, but from what I have, what I have gathered, right, it is expected before the end of this month or next month in August, if they are whatever they are pushing with Thiefnubu works out. Okay, and also depends on the pressure coming from the Fulani oligarchs that wanted to keep him as a trophy. Nnamdi Kanu can be out before the end of this month. You know, depends on where the pendulum swing between them, because it's obvious, right, that they can't really have anything to try him with. They have him, they could make up evidences and all of that, right? But yet they still couldn't. So yeah, that's what I saw them doing. And I've told you this before, I don't care. I don't care whatever they come up with. Okay? An innocent man is being punished unjustly. And simply because he is also Igbo, committing no crime other than asking for a referendum where the Igbos will decide if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. There are Igbos who still want to be, no wahala. There are Igbos who don't want to be, no wahala. Let them go to the poll called the referendum. But the beneficiaries of Nigeria from the eastern part of Nigeria always sees him as a big threat. They thought he had political ambition, political interest. They went all out to destroy him and his ideology. But despite all of that, it's pretty much not going away. And they themselves are not having the peace they thought they would have when they waged the war, that they are still waging against the IPOB. You will know better later. Yeah, with time. So I saw them coming out of the Enugu government house, issuing a statement. So I was like, okay, Let's hear it.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
The communique issued today, 2nd July 2024, by the Southeast Governors Forum. The forum commiserated with the government and people of Abia State, Ebonyi, Imo State, indeed the entire Southeast region and Nigeria, and the family of Ogbonnayanu's family. The people of Ogbonnayanu's family on the demise of His Excellency Dr. Ogbonnaya. The forum received the delegation of the former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, Chief Emeka Anyoko, GCON, and His Royal Majesty Igwe Emeka Chabe, CFR, the Obi of Onitsha, who came on a solidarity visit to this forum. The forum deliberated on the reviewed report of the Southeast Security and Economic Summit held in Owerri on the 28th September 2023 and agreed to implement the aspects of the report pertaining to security and the economic integration of the region, and affirmed its desire to put actionable plans on the key issues agreed. The forum resolved to visit Mr. President to discuss the pressing issues, all pressing issues concerning the Southeast region. The forum also deliberated and resolved to interface with the federal government to secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and the meeting adjourned whenever. Thank you. Signed, His Excellency the Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodimma, CON. His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti, OFR, the Governor of Abia State. His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, the Governor of Anambra State. His Excellency Right Honorable Francis Winfo, the Governor of Ebonyi State. And finally, our host governor, His Excellency Dr. Peter Mba. Thank you all, and may God bless you.
They conspired. Listen to this. So, when they negotiated his release in 2019 or thereabout, was it? No, I think it was 2017. When they negotiated his release, right? They drafted the conditions and agreed with the conditions. And the condition was that he must not be seen in the midst of more than 5 people. He should never speak to the press, and he must never use the radio Biafra. So they agreed that among themselves. And the following day, they signed the paper to say they are their sureties, and they presented it to a judge who released him on bail. Now, he now went on to go and meet with the Southeast governors of that time. Devulumayi of Ebonyi. I can't remember all their names right now. Oguanyi of Enugu. I remember Oguanyi of Enugu. What's that? Ikweazu of Abia was there. This Oples Uzodimba was there. Who else was there at the time? Like, and then Unwabueze, the man is dead now. So they agreed to have Nnamdi Kanu to present the grievances, and say, I have no grievances other than the marginalization, which is external. However, the internal marginalization itself, neglect of our people. People are at the mercy of what you call at the mercy of upcoming Fulani terrorists. They will not be able to defend themselves. Set up security outfits in the name of the Southeast region to provide security for the people of the region, especially the people of the rural areas, prone to the attacks of these Fulani terrorists. It wasn't this deep then. No. Then he told them that to reduce unemployment and youth emigration from the region, right? That all the 5 regions should put their resources together to improve the economy of the region, provide electricity. Please, you are Igbos. That's why it said you are Igbos. You could do all these things if you wanted them, without having to use excuses of Nigeria. You could have the best road and all of that. They said he listed the level stuff, right? And all of them, none of them said anything about him, what he wanted, not even for the IPOB. Because to him, IPOB means indigenous people of Biafra. It's not a nickname, it's not an acronym. It's a full-fledged full name, identity. Indigenous peoples of Biafra. So if I'm going to ask for anything, I will want you to please protect them. You know? So after that meeting, they just called Boko Haram that take him out. And that was why they attempted to kill him. And they said he jumped bail. Right? The next thing, the Volumaya and the rest of them, they said they were putting together their own security outfits. The moment Nnamdi Kanu from exile mobilized young people inside that in the Igbo land. He mobilized all of them. Volunteers. I have the videos here for some time. Volunteers, and they uploaded the video. These are the Eastern Security Network. The same template he gave to these people who have the political power to actually do it. Even if Nigeria won't run mad, make them run mad, but do it for the sake of your people. They won't. They send soldiers to kill him. He managed to escape from those killers. Then the next thing, the Igbo governors, they came together, they proscribed IPOB. Okay, some of you have forgotten. It wasn't Boko Haram that first proscribed IPOB. It was these Igbo governors that came out and called IPOB a terrorist organization. They now started their own security. They call it Ebubeagu. Ebubeagu, where they have torture houses across Igbo land. Torture houses where they will pick anyone they know that, okay, I said this one has somebody, we know that he's a member of IPOB, he supports and follows Nnamdi Kanu. They will pick them, kill them, torture some of them. Some of them, their organs taken. Horrible things. Ebubeagu, they were supposed to go and protect the farmers from the Fulani terrorists. They were all over the place, hunting down. They said they were looking for IPOB. How can you put a security together to hunt your own people? They called in the military. They militarized the eastern part of Nigeria to intimidate every young person that might be listening to Nnamdi Kanu. They criminalize it. Now they will say, you're IPOB. Oh, you are, it's because of these rogues. Now, all of that didn't work. So they kidnapped him. That worked with the help of Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya, who is now parading himself all over Nigeria as one of the elder statesmen of Africa, the friend of a good-luck Egbereju Lantern. So they kidnapped him, took him to Nigeria, drugged him, took him to Nigeria, tortured him, beat him, and all of that. 3 years after, still unbroken. Now they are like, you know what, I think some of us, if things goes on like this, so many of those people who are attacking people in the eastern Nigeria are using his name, saying as long as he remains in that place, they are doing everything in his name, blah, blah, blah. So these politicians are now coming together to say, okay, yeah, we must get him out. I don't care how they do it. Get him out. We'll deal with the rest after. Whatever condition of that nonsense they always put together, right? The Nnamdi Kanu I have known for a while. Just let him out and watch. So here is Abaribe, one of those who volunteered as guarantors for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's bail. the last time, he has something to say. All of them right now, like, they are all over the place to try and see if Thiefnubu will just use Nnamdi Kanu to shut the North up. Or with this Samoa deal, $150 billion LGBTQ plus, I'm coming back to that. Abaribe.
Go beyond this. You can come back and listen.
No, I think it's beyond. Because I was supposed to be at the back. Let's come back. Let's go back at the back. Are you okay?
Yeah, sit back.
Nigerians want to know the purpose of your meeting with the AGF this morning, sir.
Yes, this is the members of the Southeast Senate caucus. And we are here to see the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice on a very, very important matter to the people of the Southeast. It's the matter concerning Nnamdi Kanu and the continued legal wranglings concerning his incarceration. The Southeast Senate caucus, just like the rest of the members of the Southeast, put the business leaders, the clergy, the political people, and everybody in the Southeast are all very worried about it, knowing that that has been the fulcrum, I would say, for what is going on in the Southeast regarding the insecurity. All the criminals and all the people going around causing mayhem in the Southeast have all said that it is because Nnamdi Kanu is being held. We know that this is not the truth. It's just that we have gotten to the point where people are now hijacking a legitimate call for his release and turning it into something that has led to deaths and destruction of properties and so many other undescribable mayhem that is going on in the Southeast. And so we came to meet with the Minister of Justice and Attorney General because we know that at the end of the day, everything that happens in the political, in the legal scheme will eventually come to his office. And we came to appeal to him to help us to let Mr. President know that all leaders of the Southeast feel that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will help in dousing all the tensions and everything that is going on in the Southeast. And we are very, very certain that his duty as the Attorney General also gives him the powers of nolle prosequi, the powers of making sure that litigation don't continue and the sufferings of the people of the Southeast continue. That is the essence of why we came here. And I think you know also, I think it's also clear that several different groups in the Southeast, including the Southeast governors who met yesterday, have all been making exactly the same type of plea. And we think that this will help us to bring to an end all the insecurity problems going on presently.
So focus met with Mr. Kanu to know whether he is willing to accept either conditional release or no.
Yes, on behalf of the caucus, I met with Nnamdi Kanu myself on behalf of the rest of the caucus on Monday. Today is Wednesday. We met with him between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Monday, and he is very, very supportive of this, our plea to the President and of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
during the first trial,
Yes.
they made the senator produce a swap this time around. Would you be willing to stand?
I don't think that is necessary to ask. We came here on his behalf, and that tells you that any of our senators that you see, the 15 of us, by the way, the 15 of us signed this letter. A few of us are not here just for reasons of logistics and all that. Some are also not. But we all signed the letter, and you will also have a copy of the letters that we did. So any senator in the Southeast is very willing. The governors are willing. The business leaders are willing. The clergy, they are willing. So the traditional rulers are also willing. So I do not think that anything will stop us if it comes to that. And he has also assured me that he is ready to fulfill any conditions that are put that will lead to his early release.
Sir, is there any positive response from the AGF?
Yes, the AGF received us very warmly and also told us that, of course, this is a request for which he has to go and study it, digest it, and take to the president, because he won't take the ultimate decision. I think it's a decision of the government of the Federal Republic.
So don't forget, they are politicians. They are the ones playing the back, the defense, the attack, and all that. So somebody was trying to take it on me. Niger watchdog. You know how many information I had to kind of release offhand, just like that. So if there's a slip that says, oh, the Southeast governor, you can see I was actually trying to even remember all their past governors who were part of the prescription of IPOB. So why do you have to single it out and say, why did you say lessons or teacher was there? Of course it wasn't, right? When it was when IPOB was prescribed by what do you call the Southeast governor, you say Okorocha, Ekweazu, Egwanye, Devulumayi, as well as Obaino of Anambra at the time. These are kind of like men of yesterday, like they were like gone. But there are new players there now. And then the role that this Oplesuz Otingba played in terrorizing and, terrorizing, opened the gate, the floodgate of hell for the terrorism of the people of Eastern Nigeria by the Nigerian army, which has led to what I call the, silence genocide that is currently going on in Eastern Nigeria. So don't rub it on my face, man. Okay. So anyway, let's go to that part where he said Nnamdi Kanu told him that he will sign any conditions they bring before him. That's a political statement. And that's absolute rubbish, right? But again, like I said, these guys can say what they like. They can do what they like, right? At the end of the day, within themselves, okay, if they are convinced within themselves and beat their own argument, wherever, I don't care what they do. Let that guy out first. That's when all of us will now begin to kind of like, so what is going to happen now? Let him out first. Because there are so many things that is so wrong with this. Do you understand? There's so many things wrong. However, him being alive and healthy is so valuable. So that's same a valid cause of his. For this good for nothing career criminals to just kill him for nothing. So that's my no. I'm not talking about others. So here you get. It's talking about criminality in Eastern Nigeria. Criminality in Eastern Nigeria. It's unknown. What is unknown gunmen? You are having insecurity in a place that is the most militarized region in Nigeria. That is not where the Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, Ati, Fulani terrorists are. But yet is this the most militarized region of Nigeria, southeast of Nigeria. Unknown gunmen. until they caught these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 criminals. They were policemen who were also kidnappers in Anambra. But guess what? If Fulani doesn't kidnap people, they are soldiers, they are policemen, they are kidnappers with guns. That's how corrupt and how rigged the entire system is in that place. So they caught these guys. They were policemen, ladies and gentlemen. Olopa.
Gun, different type of gun, including service pistols.
We know
what you use. All those guns. Pistol. Is this a police pistol? Is this a police pistol? You book the pistol. Okay. What's your name? John who? You are from where? Where in Enugu State? What is your work? Driver. Where in Utuwale? Okay. What's your mission to this place? Huh? No, we had to go see. I thought you go see. Okay. My friend, what's your name? Can I forget? Onye? Onye is that? Onye ka onye? You want your baby? Keri na driver. Okay. Keri motor bi? Keri jikotere na ndia. Keri ka paro. Ano ever. So they are not complete. I don't let me give it. 5. Okay. And that one will deal with ammunition. Yes, can I forgive him? Huh? James who? Mama. They're from where? Amushu. What do you do for a living? Police officer attached to where? Obosi. What is your mission? You went for where this army uniform? Why do you carry it so that when you see army, you change to army? What do you use the army uniform for?
I'm not aware of that.
You are not aware?
Yes, I don't even know that.
You must be aware now.
All
this gone. Where did you book it from?
From office.
From office. This place where not book up.
I'm not the one that booked it.
Okay. What's your name? Huh? Tachi Egbe. From where? From where are you working? Where in Anambra State? What's your mission to this place? Where the bunkering? Where the Scott day? Where the bunkering day? They have gone. 5 of you. Where is the 5th person? The 5th person, the person that has got you, you say people are 5. He have gone. What is his name? What is the name? What is the name? What's the name of the other one that have gone?
Let me conclude.
What is the name of the one that have gone?
That's the
policeman too.
Okay, no, stop that.
Where has he gone to?
Hey, stop it now.
Stop it.
Don't worry, okay?
Stop it.
He say make you don't worry. Stop that thing.
Now, look at it. This army uniform. This army uniform. What do you people use army uniform for? What do you use it for? Wait, normally. Produce people. Yes. So 5 of you specialize in illegal duties. and robbery and kidnapping. All that is your work. Because that place is a place we are praying every day for a breakthrough. They will wear me uniform, where police will block road, carry motor. So thank you people. What of the medicine? These are a team of a mix-up of people who claim they are police, and we know they are into nefarious activities. Arrested early this morning by a combined team of Nigerian police and the neighborhood watch, Amala Agassi, who kept vigil to ensure that the job will be a success. These are people we suspect have been terrorizing this area. They were arrested with 2 AK-47, 1 Beretta pistol, with four magazines with fully loaded, and with some extra ammunition, charms of different assortment, phones.
Somebody said that's a crude interrogation. Baba na Nigeria, you don't understand that Nigeria system is crude. Put it that way, crude. Okay? It's uncivilized. All those grammar people are not forget that. Right? Everything is still much archaic, crude. And of course, yeah, we can sit there to shoot to people there people on here who to have their own conviction, indeed, whenever they are feeding fat on the propaganda of the APC. I saw where, or have you seen that before, when we were talking about being crude, okay? Yesterday, it was so loud online that there was going to be a Kenya-like protest in Nigeria against EFCC. Ladies and gentlemen, now so EFCC told them, if they burn you well, we have received information that you want to destroy Nigeria. You want to shake any company. Why are people interested in protesting against the EFCC? Right? Because it is Nigeria where the EFCC that cannot find Yeye Bello, they can find everyone else. Rude. Not with court ruling or any court order or any search warrant. But when the EFCC looks at your house and they're like, this house fine, they can burst into it. If they look at outside the club and they see the kind of cars parked outside, they will attack the place and assault everybody inside the place. They are fighting for, they are fighting financial crime. Imagine you and your family in the living room. And then the next thing, you check your phone, there's a signal. Your Ring camera is picking up something. What's this? Did you not see that video of an hotel in Ogba that they broke into and slapped the lady? But that's another person's house. That's how they operate in Nigeria. It doesn't matter. They will jump the fence, break if you have an electric fence. They will cut it off. They will jump the fence. They will cut your lock from inside, open your gate open, and then they will drive in. As they are driving in, right, they are manning every corner of your house. And at the end of the day, they will just say, oh, sorry, people receiving an information. It is a crude place, a lawless place, a very, very lawless place. Talking about law, Nigeria signed, or Goodluck Egbere Jonathan signed a bill into law in 2014. And that bill was that anything that has to do with homosexuality in Nigeria is a crime that can see you go to jail for 14 years. Now, they didn't take that well in the West, because your sexuality is considered as a human right too. It's your right. What you do with your body and all that is your right. But that's not the same feeling in Africa. Most of Africa, yeah? In Nigeria, it's even much like disdain. So gays, lesbians, crosses, LGBTQ plus, and all of them, they would rather just kind of like practice it in secret. I'm telling you this is the reality, because it's considered, how can you keep waiting, you know, that kind of feeling, right? So the West believed that Goodluck Egbere Jonathan crossed the line for signing that into law in Nigeria. To them, that means you are persecuting homosexuals. We are not going to give you our money. We're not going to give you this. We're not going to give you that, right? And when they stopped Nigeria from getting weapons and all of that, it was like the icing on the cake, or the nail on the coffin for Goodluck Egbere Jonathan's government. But last month, Thiefnubu and his gang, they went to Brussels in Belgium, and they signed an EU Samoa Plus deal of $150 billion. That $150 billion, they are not giving it to Nigeria. Because I don't even, listen, EU has a body, okay, that they are funding. That body is called Samoa. I don't know the full meaning. Don't ask me, okay? Right, Samoa. Now, inside that group, they have 79 countries, okay? Now, these 79 countries, right? You see, that Samoa deal is like a pact that says if you join, you will support human rights. You will support democracy. You will support rule of law. So there are other sections in it, in that bill, right? In that bill that explained what's right, including the rights of gays, lesbians, this, that. And this is not a problem with so many countries. I don't know how many countries in Africa is comfortable with it, but it's not a problem. So the deal has been lying there since 2018, when Bokwari attended similar meeting, but he didn't sign. Sure, you get. So Nigeria was like, we'll consider, we'll see what, I mean, they didn't sign. Last month, when Thiefnubu heard about it, he quickly dispatched people to go ahead, sign it, Joe. Tell them that it is clear that the countries that have law against homosexuals, they will take that one out. So they will take that part out. They will just, as long as they have democracy and human rights, and Nigeria have democracy and human rights, forget that part. It's not part of, you're not the mad. You will need to do two things. Opt out now, or don't implement that, that's your law. The one that says people who are gays will go to jail for 14 years. Many of your governors are gays. Yeah, many of them, they are homosexuals. Some of them claim to be homosexual because of the rituals they are performing, because they wanted power. They wanted all nonsense. See, they are pedophiles. They are those who are sodomizing young boys. That is why, in practice, it is a pure waste of nonsense. But northern Nigeria right now, where you have the most homosexuals in Nigeria, how did I know that? How do you know that it's northern Nigeria that has many homosexuals? Okay. Here, you have the highest rate of rape coming from northern Nigeria. Guess who are mostly the victims of rape? Boys. Go and ask. Boys. Not just, I'm not trying to underplay the other rapes of women. No. I'm just saying, if you check the number of young boys being raped, sodomized in northern Nigeria, but it's been underreported because they will need to arrest all the so many of the past, some of those clerics, right? Some of your politicians, some of your governors, senators, they will have to arrest them. Pedophile, sodomizing their children, you have them up there. But they are also the most hypocrites. They are the ones that will stone anybody. A poor man that is accused of being gay, they will stone him to death. Inside, that's in northern Nigeria. So right now, what they are now saying is that even I say, Kanu don't dupe them. They don't support that. They say, we have been scammed. I saw one of them who said, we have been scammed. Listen to this, they are already discussing it on their TV. Yeah, listen.
Representatives of the civil society of Nigeria have expressed their displeasure over the agreement between the European Union and the countries of African, Caribbean and Pacific Group of States known as EU-ACP Agreement to be signed on November the 15th. Chairman of the Human Rights Committee, Sonny Ekwosi, pointed out the consequences of nodding to such agreement, stating that it includes abrasive provisions that are unaligned with the philosophical, communal and religious values of Nigeria and its people. He added that the adoption of this agreement is a subtle inclusion of LGBTQ into Nigerian reality. He cited that the treaty gives no place to parliamentarians to thoroughly examine the treaty.
2 weeks ago, to hear that they are going to sign this agreement on the 15th of November 2023. And we are wondering what has happened. People who agreed, including Nigerian ministers and Nigerian parliamentarians who were there, they said they were not going to sign. Now they have agreed to sign on the 15th of November, which is a few days from now. And we are saying, look, this cannot go because LGBT is illegal in Nigeria. There is what is called Sex Prohibition Act 2014, which was enacted during the government of administration of Jonathan. And that law is still there. Why should we not go ahead and sign a document that has to do with promotion of LGBT? It's completely unacceptable, and we should not sign. Nigeria should say no. Namibia has.
So Nigeria don't sign, sir. But Kalu is now still, people know the content of that treaty. Okay. But Bayo Onofunuga and so many other people, they have tried to explain to you, no, that section is not for Nigeria. The treaty is no more powerful than Deni. See how they bobo demo. I won't with you. EU will give $150 billion to almost 80 countries. I think it's 89. No, 80. Let's say 80. Excuse me. So you see that 150 billion. So they will share it among 80 or so countries for the next 10 years. Now, 8, so you get that? Oh, let's give Nigeria 200 million euro. Okay, to support women healthcare. Oh, let us give Nigeria another 200 million euro. Okay, maybe for gender alignment or gender this or that. You see, they shall kind of, that's what the money is meant for. It's not that they will give Nigeria 150 billion. And then you can say, better get the gain here, to buy 150 billion. Even Thiefnubu will have to kind of go back to his Chicago days sex as a female. But that's not how it works. So Thiefnubu is now explaining to them in Nigeria that no, it's a different deal. This one, there is no LGBTQ. Why are you lying to them? People have the copies of all of these things. This are far. I don't know what he's saying, I shall not say no they happy or top this.
Ana cikin wannan gwamnati da zo ta rattaba hannu akan takaddar da za ta goyi bayan luwaɗi, maɗugo, auren namiji da namiji, auren mace da namiji, zinace-zinace da tsiya, a taimaki turawa su zo su shimfiɗa ɓarna a wannan ƙasa. Wanda ƙasashenmu, duk ƙasashenmu na Afirka gaba ɗaya, galibinsu sun ce ba za su yadda da wannan ba, amma Najeriya ta rattaba hannu ba da izininmu ba da yadda mu ba, ina demokaradiyyar take. Mulkin mallaka, mulkin zalunci, da izinin wa kuka rattaba hannu kuka karɓi wannan dokar. Da za a halarta ma namiji ya kwanta da namiji, mace ta nemi yar uwarta, yaƙin musulunci kenan, LGBT, ƙungiyar yaƙin addini, yaƙin shari'a, tsarin da zai gurgurkuce musulunci. Ina demokradiyya da ta ba da dama kowa ya addinin shi? A zo a rattaba mana hannu akan abin da ba mu yadda da shi ba. Wallahi har kiristocin ƙasar nan, wallahi tallahi da yawansu ba su yadda ba, yanzu suna ta rubutu ba su aminta da wannan abun ba. Muna bacci sun rattaba mana hannu sun karɓo kuɗin, su cinye kuɗin kuma su shuka mana bala'i. Allah ya isa, kuma wallahi sai Allah ya maganin ku akan wannan barna da kuka shuka. Allah ba zai bar ku ba. Ina adalcin da aka ce a yi? Ya kamata a ce yanzu ɗan Najeriya rarrashinsa za a yi, ba wai a yi masa abin da zai jefa cikin bagin ciki da cikin bala'i ba. Manzo Allah ya ce la tu'addunna al-huquqa ila ahliha, ku sauke hakki zuwa ga ma'abuta hakkoki da Allah ya ɗora muku akan ku. Ana cikin wannan gwamnati.
They are now asking Thiefnubu, return the deal to them. Tell them you made a mistake. Don't bring that here. You know they are already complaining. They said Thiefnubu deceived them. A company like said this mumu ticket. Now the mumus actually bought them. No be, we say Muslim ticket. They short down to mumu tickets because those who allow themselves to be deceived that Muslim means as Muslims, so their life will be better in Nigeria under Muslim. Now, no be mumu be that. No be mumu be that. You would supported a drug baron, a drug dealer, a terrorist. You supported them because they say they are Muslim. They say one Muslim is good, two Muslim is better. Anybody that doesn't support a Muslim ticket is promoting religious intolerance. People will push Muslim ticket. They accuse other people, say they were spreading religious hatred. They are using religion to want to. They said, see, they said if others want to use religion to win election. When they're actually telling you that if you are in northern Nigeria, if you are a Christian, don't bother coming out or we'll kill you. This is the Muslim. Don't work against Muslim ticket. Now they don't feel like say they be mumu. They say they have been scammed. I won't worry. Be scammed. Man, why don't we just go to Kenya a little bit, right? Some more Kenyans have been winning. I need to give you updates, okay? How many of you remember this guy? That's where I'm going to start from. Ruto versus others, right? Or do you remember this guy inside their courtroom, day 1 or 2, when their protest started? He was arrested by their police and they took him straight to the court for protesting bad governance before Gen Z escalated it. Do you remember him? Or you've forgotten him? I hope not. I haven't.
Gentry with others from before court who created disturbance in a manner likely to cause a breach of peace by yelling, shouting, and attempt to disrupt the photo shooting session by the Cabinet Secretary, National Treasury and Economic Planning and his delegates. Is it true or not true? Julius, is it true or not true?
Okay, I don't want to betray my concerns. Your Honor.
Can you respond first to what you're doing? Is it true or not true? You'll be given time.
It's true. And as I said, I don't want to betray my concerns. I'm ready to do anything to see change in this country. I'm ready to die for freedom. I'm ready to die for justice. I'm ready to die for equality. We cannot continue living as slaves in our own country, in the land of our fathers, the land where our fathers bled and died to free this nation from the shackles of colonialism. Colonialism never really ended in this country. Even in this court, they use colonial penal codes, colonial laws. That is why I cannot get justice in a court of law. I want to speak myself. I realize that there comes an existential moment in time when you must speak for yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. I am tired. I'm so sick and tired of living as a slave in my own country. And I'll say these a lot of times, many times, and I'm going to do so many things, so many actions to bring change into this country. We cannot continue to be ruled like this, being ruled by sick people, by mad people, by liars and thieves and criminals. These are the people who are in power in Kenya, in Africa. That is the situation we are living in. That is kind of life we are living in. That's why people are dying and nobody cares. Poor people are suffering, nobody cares. So I don't know what's the role of the government. I don't know. I want to know today, what's the role of the government? To protect the people or to kill the people or to make the people suffer? I think we have failed our people. The government has failed, everybody has failed. We have also failed ourselves. I don't know, my concerns will not allow me to keep silent. And at any time, at any moment. I don't know whether this is going to come up anywhere, but we must have this debate. We must have this conversation. We cannot continue living in fear. I see a lot of fear in this country, a lot of fear in the courts. Just yesterday, we saw a magistrate who was shot by a police officer. I want to speak, my dear friends. I want to speak because when you try to tell me to keep silent, my heart is burning. You know, it's burning because of this country. Because for 60 years, we have been living like we are not human beings, like we are half human beings. We are considered like children of a lesser God. Now, this cannot continue. It cannot continue in any way. We are ruled by a minority that does not care for the interests of the majority. Politicians are liars and thieves. And they have stolen our freedom, they have stolen our minds, they have stolen our land, they have stolen our future. Politicians are established in lies and failed promises. We are victims of lies and failed promises, deferred hopes and blasted dreams for 60 years. I don't know what will happen. I don't know whether you're going to sentence me. I'm ready to be sentenced for 100 years. But I'm going to keep speaking the truth until the day I leave this world. We cannot continue living like this. My dear friends, we must resist. Resistance is the only way for this country, for Africa. People are dying everywhere. Even in Congo, people are suffering and we are silent. I don't know. We have failed as human beings. We have completely failed as human beings. We are on a test as human beings. I don't know why we call ourselves Christians. I don't know why we call ourselves educated people, civilized people. We are not. We are not civilized at all. We are stupid. And this stupidity is taking a toll on this country. Too much toll. It's so bad. It's too bad. It's too bad. We cannot continue living like this. The government must get out of the people.
But on his behalf, your honor is.
Gentry with others from the.
Bless you. It was the first to kind of probably, I think the Gen Z had his call. We must resist and don't give up. They didn't give up. Oh. They killed them, yeah. They've kidnapped some of them, beat them up, tortured them, threatened them. But they didn't give up. Every Tuesday, whenever it is 11:59 p.m. on Monday, Ruto would have to wake up and sit up all morning, all day. If these Kenyans are going to break the barrier, jump the fence, and drag me out of this place. Right now, he's making so much concessions, like serious concessions. I have this long speech I want to play for you. It is a member of the parliament from Kenya. Again, no interruption, nothing. Clean, clear message that you should Let's listen. Here.
My brother Harun Cheriot, I knew you were worthy, but I now know you are much more worthy than I thought you were. You have actually surprised me. I remember once I made a phone call to you and I was asking you, how do we manage this thing of Madam Nyakango? And you said, please tell her to know that we are trying to figure out what to do. And I took the message, and that's when I knew that you are a serious person. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. Madam Speaker, I also would like to mention the name of Madam Nyakango, who's the controller of budget, and Madam Nancy, who's the Auditor General, the two incredible women of this republic. If I had my own reward, I would give them. Because when everything else seems to have been failing, some of us have been talking to them, and all the time we feared for their lives. Why? Not because anything would happen, but the costs were too high. The expectation was much higher. They have done their job, and I'm so happy that this house, which is known as the Oversighting House, has seen the light. My colleagues who are in this house, I'm very lucky because I've lost my voice a bit. I'm lucky because I have the institutional memory. I have been in politics for the last 30 years. Those 30 years I've been in elected politics, about 22. Madam Speaker, the problems, the way Mzee Odinga said about Kenya, have not been started by President William Ruto. If you look at the history, and Madam Speaker, the other day people were asking me, how did you tell that these young Gen Zs are actually going to come to the streets after 1 year? I said, I look at the trend. If you look at independence 1962-3, that was the 20 years beyond where the liberation movement took place. After that, we got independence. It took another 20 years for us to have a military coup. The people who are guiding and who are even within that military coup are not old men like Jaramogi or Charles Njonjo at that time. It was young Gen Z students of the University of Nairobi and young people who believed in the ideal of what Kenya was. The second issue that came up, Madam Speaker, was after, by the year 2002, there was another 20 years. Then you come to 2002 is when Kibaki was elected, is when we have a referendum, is when we have a new constitution, and then we say Kenya is now on the right path. After that, Madam Speaker, we did not follow the letter of the constitution. What many of us have never understood is that your democracy is as valid and as reasonable and as verifiable and is implementable as the people who are willing to follow and implement that constitution. We have completely failed our people. And that is why when the elections took over and we had challenges, and that is why when you look at our country and the crisis that has come up, when you look at the issues which are bedeviling our country, you realize that we are on quicksand. Unless you have old men and old women, people of dignity and decency, people who have got wisdom, people who are not greedy to fix this country, we will not have a country very soon. Madam Speaker, I've served as an assistant minister. I went to Cote d'Ivoire, sent by President Kibaki to go and visit President Gbagbo. I got into his house. He was wearing a vest. That time the military was around him. He was being deposed. 2 weeks later, he went home with his wife. They were half naked. Those sins are not sins that Africa should be proud of. Madam Speaker, our country has broken down. Our country has challenges. But before I go to how, in a short notice, what we can do, I would like to ask the President, and I asked him the other day, the children who died and the children who are in the prisons, please remove them. Those who have died, I want to ask this House, the Senate, let us make sure that those children get a state funeral. Those who are not criminals, these are children who had reached a dead end. Madam Speaker, what is wrong with our country We call it a company with shareholders. Our country is not a company. Our company is Kenya, which is a state. It has 50 million people who all expect and demand certain services from the state. We, the politicians in this house, I heard my colleague speak. I am so happy that we are now telling each other the truth. We are the ones who carry militias. We are the ones who go and carry cattle rustlers. We are the ones who have got companies that are doing business in government departments. We are the ones who are stealing the money. Look at the national government, call it down, bring it down to the National Assembly. We must begin to look at issues like CDF. We must look at the Women Fund. We must look at the structure. Do we need all the people who have been given offices? I've been asking this publicly. Why are governors running county governments as if they are private companies where they are stealing money, buying properties abroad, driving such big vehicles, including ourselves? When did we decide that I must drive a car which is 4.8 cc? That at 3,000 cc is not good enough. When our children don't have medicines, when our women are not giving birth, when we can't feed our children, when we buy fertilizer, we deal on it, we sell some of it, we sell mchanga. We are bringing in maize when we are supposed to be planting maize and giving farmers fertilizers and giving them funds so that we can get production and increase that, so that we create jobs for our people. It is we politicians who go and buy 2 million metric tons of maize. We come and sell. We bring 3 million metric tons of sugarcane. Mumias is dying. Chemelil is dying. Sony Sugar is dying. Those are factories that used to employ people. Who are the biggest dealers of investment companies in Kenya? We, the political class. What happened to Kenya Airways? Look at it now. It's smelly, filthy. It was the pride of Africa. Who runs Kenya Power? Why are we not told who are the owners of the independent power suppliers of this country? Why are we not being told who owns our national parks? But you hear money is being stolen by none other than the elite and the political class. These people out here are tired. These people are tired. I was crying this morning today because we are messing up a good thing. We are messing up this country. Who wants to be a refugee? And there is enough for you people to eat, so long as you eat with manners. The revenue we collect is enough to run 8 African countries: Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania. You go to Congo, you go to South Sudan, you go to Somalia, and you go to Ethiopia. That's what our good.
Are you still following? That is where it begins to get sweeter. That's the man. Listen, there may be a theatric about it. He's a politician, okay? Or if you have been to Kenya, or you don't have to be. If you have been following the development in Kenya, even the president is shaking. So don't think all he is saying is just drama. Papa, I'm still coming to that of Ruto. You go hear Ruto yourself soon. Ruto will speak now. You'll be like, now Ruto be this. I'll show you. Things don't they move too fast. And this guy is pretty much trying to save his head. Ready to let go anything, any extra they are giving him, he doesn't want anymore. In Kenya right now, politicians are saying, okay, you know what? I don't want that anymore then. Take it. Just take this then. This is what they are paying me. This is my card as a lawmaker. This is how much is on the card. I give it back. Don't give me card anymore. Just pay me my salary. In Kenya right now, listen to this other part.
What our goddamn budget is. Just manage it. Don't steal it. A few people are stealing too much. These kids out here, they know everything. They know your houses. They know where your kids go to school. They know which properties of land you have. Why must somebody have 4 million acres of land to his name? What happened to our mentality? Then we pretend and run to churches talking about Christianity, how Jesus... Do you understand what you are dealing with? The people out here don't even believe in God anymore. The people out here are tired of the lies, the religious organizations. And I have to say this, I'm a Catholic. I was so happy I saw the Purple No Show. Talk about the issues of a country. Let us forget that we can run this country as tribes. Let us accept that there is a new sheriff in town. That sheriff is the GNC. They are partyless, they are tribeless, they don't have money, they just have bundles and a phone. And they'll stop this country to move. I would like to plead with the members of this house when it comes to looking at what role our committees are playing. Look at what happens. I want to thank my brothers Sifuna, my brother Charade. I want to thank Madam Dulo. These are, many of you may not know, we've never discussed it here. How many times we've been threatened that we are raising issues about county governments losing billions. I mean, who doesn't know how many governors own apartments and houses in Kilimani Road? Each one of them owning an apartment costing 1.5 billion shillings. Why didn't the fool just go and build a hospital where he comes from? How I wish we stole the money and put it at home. Some of them are going to Dubai. People are going to America. You see on social media. I just saw somebody commenting saying that the senators have nothing to do. I want him to tell me how he bought a Bentley and is an MP. Explain to me, how does somebody, the truth is, I'm born with advantage and privilege. That is the truth. I saw my father driving a big car when I was a small boy. That is not what drives me. What drives me is, how do you get a member of parliament driving a Mercedes that costs 49 million shillings? And we are watching, and that is normal. And it is okay. And it is okay. Shame on us. Then we make sure this money doesn't go to the schools. We make sure that hospitals have no money. We start building hospitals now. We want the poor people to come to those hospitals. Poor people can't come to Nairobi Hospital. They can't come to Aga Khan. Some of them can't afford Kenyatta. You saw the other day, Kenyatta has a debt of 6.6 billion. The Eldoret Hospital, Eldoret KTRH, has a debt of 3.9 billion. When you ask, they tell you we don't know where the money went. Are we fools? Do we need to buy houses which have got 15 bedrooms and drive 19 cars and put them in your parking lot, and you want 10,000 acres of land? You want a ranch? You fools, you go and buy a ranch in Australia. This is where we are. We keep blaming the police. The policeman cannot do anything. Have we ever gone as a Senate to go and see where the police lives? How he takes his kids to school and his salary is 19,000. And this house has to start thinking about those things. We guys must begin, and we ladies and gentlemen in this house must begin to agree that we can reduce our salaries, that we can drive smaller cars, that we can wear kaundas. In fact, the only thing I'm very annoyed about the president, I'm the one who started wearing kaundas. Now he has given kaunda a bad name. I want Kenyans to love kaundas the way I loved them. Let us wake up, Kenyans. We can't play football. Money comes from FIFA, it is eaten. World Rally Championship, money comes from there, it's eaten. You go, you want Kenya Lawn Tennis Association, they only want 50,000 to hold an international tennis tournament. Not even the minister appears there. But when the minister is traveling out of the country, he's got how many people? Private jet, goes to Dubai, books one of those hotels, luxury hotels, and he comes back to Nairobi with the same 9 people he took with a private jet. And you assume that the Gen Zs don't know. These days they track you. They can know which private jet you took, where it went, and how it came back. Many of us are worried because either because of history or because of what has happened, we have got a lot of money now, we are owning so much land. Please allow us to have spatial planning. Your land, we can have an implemented law in this house to protect your even identity. But please don't stop stealing public land. Let us have mercy at our people. You saw people from Eldoret and Kakamega talking about, our chambers which our grandfathers left for us. Now you guys who are MPs and senators, you come, you chase us away, and then you throw us into court. You go and bribe the court. And I want to talk about the judiciary. We respect you. We know that you are most of the time under the pressure. We know there are certain things which you can even be blackmailed, but we want to hold you at a higher standard. We must hold the judiciary at a higher standard, the legislators at the higher standard, and make sure the president is also at the higher standard. That is how we can move as a country and stop this nonsense. We behave like monkeys running through a forest looking for bananas without knowing whether it's the bananas they want or it's oranges. I really, really want to say this, Madam Speaker, finally. I was nearly giving up on my country. I have changed my mind because of today. The young men who are fighting for this country have done us proud. Let us treat them with dignity. Let us make sure we engage them. Let us stop doing the things which make them angry, desperate, and upset with the ruling class. The truth is, if this country breaks down, it takes all of us down. I can tell you, I was in South Sudan when we were doing the comprehensive peace agreement. I visited as a minister, as a young minister, to go and do what was called a referendum. I've been to Khartoum. I have been to Mali. I've been to a country in West Africa. I'll remember the name, Madam Speaker. You look at how people have been treated. What our goddamn budget is.
One of the mistakes I always make is that I get so drowned into some of these Kenyan politicians' speeches that I just don't ask their names. I'm like, wow, okay. That's from Kenya. You know what people are saying? That if revolution breaks out in Nigeria, like Kenya, some people are already picking the politicians they are going to grab. Some said, may nobody drag with a wiki with it. Now this way a wiki go grab when the revolution starts. Some said that now call just slap him, knock his head forward. I said, well, Kenyan politicians are, as we speak, on the run. Majority of them. If you see any of them in the public, they are pleading. You get one video where they said that when the Kenyan youth came and the politicians ran, the lawmakers, they were so scared to go back to that their chamber that they had to be fed in the bush. I don't know if you've seen this. That must be a joke though, right? But here is Ruto. William Ruto. He has made an announcement to say, okay, guys, I sacked this, I sacked that, I cut this off. 47 agencies have been cut off. Job for the boys. Like you have in Nigeria, boards and parastatals, board member, board chairman, this or that. Over 40,000 people will be appointed by Thiefnubu alone that will be feeding. All of them will have straws plug into Nigeria Treasury, talking you dead. And your main infrastructures, main sectors in the country will never see money. It's the same in Kenya. Now the Gen Z have now forced the stubborn Ruto to behave. Despite all of this, so they are still telling him, I say make you go. All learning.
7. State corporations with overlapping and duplicating functions will be dissolved, resulting in the elimination of their operational and maintenance costs, and their functions will be integrated into the respective line ministries. Staff currently employed by the affected corporations will be transferred to ministries and other state agencies within government.
Injection iliingia.
The decision to fill the position of cabinet of chief administrative secretaries is hereby suspended.
Thank you.
The number of advisors in government shall be reduced by 50%,
Not 50%.
within the public service with immediate effect. Budget lines providing for the operations of the office of the First Lady, the spouse of the Deputy President, and the Prime Cabinet Secretary will be removed.
Thank you.
Similarly, the budget provisions for confidential budgets in various executive offices, including my own office, have been removed, and the budget for renovations across government reduced by 50%.
Makes sense.
Henceforth, public servants who attain the retirement age of 60 shall be required to immediately proceed on retirement with no extensions to their tenure of service whatsoever. The purchase of new motor vehicles by the government is suspended for 12 months, except for security agencies, while a new policy on transport for public officers will be developed. While a new policy on transport for public officers will be developed. All non-essential travel by state and public officers is hereby suspended. No state officer or public servant shall participate in public contributions or haram phase going forward. The Attorney General is hereby directed to prepare and submit legislation to this effect and develop a mechanism for structured and transparent contributions for public, charitable, and philanthropic purposes. These measures will be followed by changes in government that I will be making shortly. We are determined to carry out this and other interventions to improve the quality, efficiency, and transparency in serving the people of Kenya and ensure that citizens receive maximum value for their resources from a public sector that prioritizes their welfare. I believe these changes will set out our country on a trajectory towards economic transformation, enabling us to achieve the strategic objectives of the bottom-up economic transformation agenda and deliver our commitment to radically enhance opportunities for all Kenyans and transform our country. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless our great country, Kenya.
At least he listened. You see what the Kenyan Gen Z have achieved? Eh? Not because they were protesting around the parks or somewhere on that bridge. They took their fight to government houses across their countries. I'm sorry, across their countries, counties. All of them, they took the fight to those places. Those who could run away, ran away. Now, Ruto is throwing everybody under the bus. Listen, guys, the party is over. Oh, you all have to pack your bag and leave. Your offices, your this or that are no longer, we can no longer service them. or else these guys are going to remove me next Tuesday. Because you see that one you watch on Tuesday, they are still protesting till now in Kenya. But the major one is that every Tuesday until Ruto leaves, there's so much you could achieve from these rogues who are pretending to be powerful and all of that. Some people put themselves out that they were going to go to and protest against the FCC. No single person came out because CFC said these people are trying, everyone who is coming out to protest against the assault on civilians by the EFCC, they are criminals. They will be arrested. Everybody stay the will. In Ghana, the wind is already blowing. Okay? I don't think this lawmaker that I'm about to play, for you now, probably knew about this yet. But from what is going on in Kenya, he's already alerting his colleague in Ghana.
Mr. Speaker, my colleague, the Deputy Minister for Information, I thought for what we have seen on CNN and everything, he would have taken the opportunity.
You hold on. When you finish, I'll give you the opportunity.
Taking the opportunity under 93.1.
Eugene, I'll give you the opportunity. Let
93.1 to brief the House on what he saw in Kenya, where Kenyan public are beating up members of parliament for passing bad laws.
Honorable leader.
Have taken advantage.
Honorable leader. Honorable leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
It appears.
Mr. Speaker, it's a serious matter.
I
saw colleague members of parliament beating to
honorable leader,
and
this is a sideline issue.
running on
honorable
TV.
leader, this is a sideline issue.
I thought it's an opportunity to advise us as to how to pass good laws to avoid being beaten by the public.
Honorable leader, this is a sideline issue, please.
We should be worried. In fact, when I saw him running and the police were ushering him, through a tunnel to escape, it's a serious matter, Mr. Speaker. We thank God that he's here safely. But the opportunity is still for him to use order 93.
Let me give the floor to.
Like Ghana, like Nigeria, they won't let him speak. Hey, I don't remember. All that nonsense. They won't let him speak. Meanwhile, outside, like Ghana, like Nigeria, these boys were like, we need to come out. Asamoah. Yeah, Asamoah. No, that's Asawana. I don't know why that even like Asamoah is a name. Asawana is I don't know. Yeah, they came out and they were expecting some Ghanaians to show, they didn't show.
Ghana, we should be disappointed in ourselves. We should be very disappointed in ourselves because it hurts so much when people have sacrificed whatever it takes to be there, to fight for the ordinary Ghanaian, come here and look at the number of people here. And no wonder the journalist is asking that your sympathizers. We are not sympathizers. We are fellow Ghanaians who believe in injustice not to be served on the people of Ghanaians. We are Ghanaians who have come to be conscious of ourselves in our democratic governance that is not going right with the ordinary Ghanaian. These things are being perpetrated on Ghanaians everywhere we go. But yet, who is fighting for the ordinary Ghanaian? And this young man here has dedicated himself to fix the country, have dedicated ourselves to fight for the ordinary Ghanaian. The least the ordinary Ghanaian out there who is being victimized, who is being served with injustice, have to come out here and say that we stand with you in all that you are doing. But what do we see? It is very disappointing. And Ghanaians are all we can say is Boba enne eyekojo echina ebeye kofi na say yet your mind me edwin say nyoma ekoso na mfo obi aho a ebre bi ba ebefa ho. There was a time in the history of this country yesin kofo akwakowo incubator you doom light e man kofo owu ebetumi aye oba ene da yese president convoy impo akwakonya accident ona wo car wo kire mu no Boba. And we say me emfa ho a ekena ebeya wo emfa me ho. Na se ye ne sa ebeye and the politicians ground on this kind of attitude from the ordinary Ghanaian. In a debia no ye ti oman nim in a nyoma ekoso ye they send the national security after you, they send machos after you. They are always threatening your life, all in the name that the ordinary Ghanaian will keep quiet and not speak. We are in this court today. Court, as answer our joining case, and it is something that I don't know. Say, omo ya law na neti oma dia si omiminim. Say court or no better time say wobra. Say judge betina say na ye yamma enka samaba. But obetina say na ya catch us say court and the attorney general a file something that ya serve their man for months and cash responding to while filing a response.
Sorry, bro. Like Nigeria, like Ghana, like Nigeria. Somebody said the Ghanaian youth are they are online arguing with Nigeria, Ghana Jollof or Nigeria Jollof. Ghana Jollof or Nigeria Jollof. Whiskey or Sarkodie. Shatawale or Davido. That's what they are busy with anyway. So listen. In Nigeria, it is worse. You see, a young lady who happened to be from the findings, her name is Awa. They say she is Yoruba Kanuri. Her mom Kanuri, her dad Yoruba. So she came to Ogun State. Her dad is from Ogun State. So she came to the Ogun State, and somehow, she got so gobmasked about the roads in Ogun State. Like, what the? So she decided to raise awareness on that. And guess what? Dubious Dapo has now rolled out different tractors across Ogun State right now, trying to do some Shagbeluju road. You know what that means? Shagbeluju is just to make it look like it's okay. It's okay. Like they will just use the grader to grade it, and they say, they're about to do this road. Say the government is working. Nah, lie. But he's out there anyway, trying to fill potholes and all of that because of the campaign of the girl. Listen, when this young lady first published her findings, initially they wanted to bully her. They unleashed social media troll after her. What's your business? Are you from Ogun State? Why don't you go to your state? Why don't you go and show your own this thing? Is your state better than Ogun State? Oh, more. This same Ogun State. Now, so the Ogun State people started posting the videos. I'll show you that. I mean, I showed everyone there that time, yeah? So they said, oh, they sent you, Abi. They sent you to come and attack. In fact, they even went as far, the Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis. Yeah, the Abobakus. They said, oh, the girl was sent by Obedient, and she is actually a PC, by the way. She's a PC, she's one of them. Or maybe she's one of them. But it was the Obedient themselves that actually came to sort of defend the girl in a way. And say, listen, you are right. Thank you for even exposing this. We've been doing this all along and all of that. No response, no nothing. So they said the reason why people who are not Yorubas, the reason why they are attacking the Yoruba governors is because they want to take over Yoruba land from the Yorubas. Guess those who use that kind of a line? The Ronukus, the Ronu Nazis, the bad start, the bad idiots. We call them voluntary slaves, so I do call them sophisticated morons. I didn't know they would take it even further. Now, Awa is Yoruba Kanuri. She has nothing to do with Igbos. On top this dubious Dapo matter, I want to finally. I'm bringing that to you so that you can listen to the lunatics. The lunatics that are following Thiefnubu. The ones that are feasting and spreading all this tribal hate. They said they are doing self-preservation. and nobody should leave our leader for us. We'll deal with our leader ourselves. All those Olori Buruku Bambi alas, few of them actually, they don't live in Nigeria. There's one of them that live in the UK here. But he's famous for that tribalism and all of that stuff. How did Hawa, a Yoruba Kanuri girl that helped shine light on the dilapidated road infrastructures in Ogun State? It's so alarming. How did that then turn to Igbo, this Igbo, that? Most of those who are the Ronukus, the Ronunazis, they are actually lunatics. If you think I am lying, please listen to this person. It's a long bull up, right? And tell me if I am wrong. This person is not a lunatic.
Calling out Dapo Abiodun is a good thing. And you came and attacked me on my tweet, actually. I want to let you know that even when I made that statement, I didn't even know it had anything to do with you. But we have seen a very interesting agenda that has been going on for months, right? So most of this stuff starts with supposedly innocent, and they take advantage of people like you to brand their agenda. So someone like you comes out innocently and says, oh, this is what I observe going on in Yoruba land. And then the expansionists kind of jump on it and then start to expand on it for a different mission. So I want you to understand the two separate things. Let me give an example of NSAS. That was a very noble. I was part of the people who contributed to NSAS. I was part of the people who donated. And we loved everything that was happening. But you saw the guys, the lady who started it and the people who came out, you saw the intention. The intention was that they didn't want police brutality. They didn't want people being attacked because you have dreadlocks, because you have laptops. How did it end? It ended in a bitter IPOB leader infiltrating that mission and then using that for a revenge agenda against Yoruba politicians that removed Goodluck Jonathan from power, and by extension, his people that were enjoying that show with him at that time. That is where Yoruba Rono comes in. Yoruba Rono is telling people that do not let people hijack the missions of people like Hawa for a different agenda. The way Kanu twisted that thing, the way Kanu took that NSAS movement and then used it for a different agenda. Now, if you look at something that happened in Lagos recently, during the election times, right? They fabricated a false messiah. His name was Peter Obi. Put a lot of propaganda about him. Made him look like he's the one that will come and save everything. And a lot of Yoruba youths fell for that scam. How did that end? It ended in an agenda, not only a man that could not even bring unity in a small party called Labour Party. You saw the way they did to Yoruba people in that party, the way they embarrassed an elderly man, took a cap from his head, slapped him, abused him. You saw the way things they did. Now, that is the man you are trying to tell us that he is going to make a good president for a whole country when he couldn't even manage that small party. But how did the obedient movement end? The obedient movement end in a reckless attempt to infiltrate into Lagos and Yoruba land politics. Lagos is not there. Lagos is just a launching pad for them. And this is why we call a lot on Zeke's mindsets, because when Zeke started, Zeke wanted to use Lagos as his launching pad, but his obsession was for all of Yoruba land. This is what these guys are doing. They tried so much in Lagos, and then they had a pushback. Now they want to move to Ogun. Tomorrow they will move to Oyo. And the guy that spoke before me, I would really feel like you people should tone down on conspiracy theorist mindsets. If you know the status and the means that God has blessed people that are in Yoruba Rono, you will understand that those are not the kind of people that can be bought. I'm not the kind of guy that can be bought. Are, Obìnrin Àkànṣe, Rock, those are not people that
Bonka,
can
you
be
were not
bought.
bought, but they appeal to the ones that could be bought, appeal to your own higher self. of your fight and you joined them. You
No,
joined them.
this was a
You possibly were not bought, but
how
some
this was
people were
a
paid to have a campaign against personality, not message, and you bought it. So if those people can get somebody like you to buy it,
that's not
then
the
there's a
Yoruba
problem.
Runu.
There's a problem.
That's not
And also, before you
that's
go
not
forward, I don't like this attack of obedience because I followed you guys to do that nonsense
No,
on the election.
wait. No, I will let him
No. I
finish.
want to say I don't want to
Let
hear
him finish.
nonsense because I
I
don't want
will
make people wait me
answer
say they follow me on the
him.
country.
Oh
No.
my
Just make
God.
I clear
You
them.
just spoil the whole thing
Anybody,
now. I
no,
won't
make I
answer
clear them.
him.
I'm not following them for that nonsense anymore. I follow them to do that nonsense during election. Oh, Igbos should want to take over Lagos. Oh, Igbos are after Lagos. And they follow them and they shout, say, oh, protect Lagos on top waiting. Am I a mad person? I apologize to you people, obedience. Nigeria is for everybody. If you want to, anywhere you want to, that your money is, you have the right. Anywhere you are living, you have the right. You are Nigerian. This is my own position now. My position has shifted. I will not follow anybody to come and be fighting for Yoruba, for then a group of people to come and be insulting me. No, that cannot happen. Never.
Don't because of handful number of people to shame what we have always stood for. You have some of us that we have been behind you and we are still behind you because we know the intention of what you are doing. You understand? And that's why I said we should not relate. Sorry, that's why I said we should not relate this thing to Ronu because if I'm paid to support something that will not work for my state, then I should not be called Yoruba Ronu. That's what I see it as. That's why I said that it could be some of these essays or PEs that may just gather these guys and you understand what I'm saying. You understand? That's
It's okay,
just it. I clearly see that what you are doing has no any agenda.
Let him finish.
So you understand?
Let him finish so we can move the mic. Let him finish. Thank you.
so can I be
Yeah,
allowed
continue.
to finish?
Have like 3 minutes to finish, conclude your session.
Awa, your opinion, your view or anything does not stop Yoruba consciousness or grassroots Yoruba nationalism. You're free to your view. That don't mean nothing. So I don't know if that was supposed to be a threat, but
No,
I'm
why
not
will I
saying that
threaten you? I'm
disrespectfully.
apologizing to people here. Why am I
No,
threatening
no.
you? Why will I threaten you?
Like
Try to make
go let them come now. Whatever their eyes
There's
see.
no, you see,
No Allah.
manipulation.
our impulse
Manipulation.
control.
Now
Our
Nothing, not
impulse
impose
control.
control. I know see let me person
Can
manipulate
I
pass me. I be
land
master
though?
manipulator. I don't go let person where the see.
I go remove from this place. I go remove from this place.
Can I
I go
land,
drop
please?
you. Impulse control.
This is not our fight and your fight. Yoruba, Ronu, and you do not have a war. We know who our target audience is, and we know what they are going to do, and we are not moving our mind from that. There's no thing that can change that, right? But what I'm saying is that when normal things that are wrong in Yoruba land are being observed, we welcome it and we will join in any fight or protest to make life better for Yoruba people. But where we draw the line and where Yoruba Ronu consciousness comes in is the moment a people feel like they can hijack that for a different agenda. The worst roads in Nigeria is in the east. Those places are fuckingly the erosion is bad. The thing is terrible. You cannot overlook all that and then want to take Panadol for someone's headache in Ogun State. That is what they call removing the log. How did they put it? Seeing the speck while you are doing the log. As we are currently now, they are flogging some people's mothers to stay at home every Monday. A rogue country exists where an internet prime minister in Finland is telling you if you don't sit at home, you'll be
So you
flogged.
can't
I
see
saw
them
picture of
calling out
another.
that person. You can't see
Wait,
them constantly
our
calling
beg
him.
now.
So you
Not
are
the spoil
saying,
this thing for me now.
okay,
Post a
you
couple
want
of
to go
tweets.
after him. Okay, make I
Yeah.
move on. Let me just
Not the spoil this thing for me. Let
no
him
problem, no
finish.
problem, no problem.
Hey, how are you're messing
Yeah,
up my
Bonga,
thoughts.
please take like 1 minute to finish.
You're
Take
messing up
1
my
minute to
thoughts, and that's
finish.
not cool. You are using
nuisance lele.
These are the mentally deranged people, bigots, okay, who hide behind apps like this, okay, to perpetrate what they, what they call the tribal Olympics. They always want to deviate from the conversation. They always want to sort of divert your attention completely away from the point of conversation. They do that all the time. They are lunatics. These are the people, my dear Igbo brothers and sisters. These are the people among us who are obsessed by you. They are very much obsessed of the Igbos. And these guys cannot really tell why or where the obsession is coming from. Yorubas are not obsessed with the Igbos. Yorubas are responsible people. But we do have the Ronukus, the children of hate, the children of perdition. The same hatred they have on the Igbos and non-Yorubas is what they have on Yorubas as well. So we have to just deal with them. And the problem is because they are always there for hire, because the criminal politicians in Nigeria, especially this Thiefnubu and his gang, who brought back this divisive tribal ethnic hatred in Nigeria. So Bonka Ebiri, or whatever he is called, I heard he's not even living in Nigeria. There are many lunatics like that. And this is their terrain. Okay? So when you tell them about they want one Nigeria, okay? They want one Nigeria where there will be no Igbos. Okay? But at the same time, if the Igbos want to go, they want the Nigeria that Gowon said he would create if Biafra make any move. If Ojukwu announced Biafra, he would create a core state. What do you think that means? What did you think that was? What he meant by that? Today, the core state that he said he will create is what you call the Niger Delta. Today, you have the Igbos cut off from their own indigenous other brothers. They cut them into some of this useless state they created. All of you are fighting every 4 years to want to take your shots. He said he will create the core state. The core state is to divide the Igbo land. And he tried, he did. And today you have this identity crisis all over the place. People who are fighting themselves. I'm not Igbo. We are not Igbo. Why are you trying to? We are not Igbo. Why do Igbo people like to want to claim everything? There is no Igbo people trying to claim anything. A lot of you are lost. You are. Well, it's okay. You will find yourselves. This contraption will make you find yourselves. You will. And when you do, oh my God, you will hate Nigeria more than anything. How could they do this to us? Why did they do this to us? You're all fighting identity crisis now. Yeah, we are Igbo. No, we are not Igbo. We are not Igbo people. They did this to us. Igbo, can you call or they? You don't say if not because of Awolowo. Me, I be Jepu man. I can tell you I'm not Yoruba. I'm a Jepu. No be identity crisis with that. You know what they call a country? It simply means people who share similar things in common, like they share culture, they share language, they share tradition, they trade. They have a lot in common. Then they now share proximity. Proximity is that Ijebu is here, Remo is here, Egba is here, right? Then when you go further, right, you're going to see the Ibadan people, right? And you see Ondo people here. You see Akure. You see Ekiti. Awolowo told all of us that we have common language. We used to wage war against ourselves. Yes. Yoruba land, we used to wage war against ourselves. We will capture ourselves and we will take ourselves as slaves. Survival of the fittest. Then civilization came. And the treaty was signed. Imagine, Oyibo no be part of it. Yorubas came together after the Kiriji War. Kiriji War is our own civil war. And what is that civil war? The civil war was that, the powerful versus the powerless. Then the powerless grouped themselves together to face the powerful in Yoruba land. So after that, we found common ground and we call ourselves Yorubas, without losing our own indigenous identities. So we have Igbos. When they say Igbos, do you think it's a monolith body? But these criminals and some of your parents shamelessly fail to actually tell you that they are a part and parcel of that Igbo land. Oh yeah, we don't want them to come and kill us again. Oh, meanwhile, this whole creation is absolute nonsense, right? Because you might think, I'm not Igbo. I am not Igbo. I'm not Igbo. Why are you saying that? We are not Igbo. Last, you see people like Bonka Ebiria, whatever, all these tribal Olympians, these ethnic bigots. To them, anything after Ore, anything after Ore, all of them be Igbo, including Beni. Not because they don't know, but that is exactly why, that's how they are programmed, conditioned. And once those who are sponsoring them have power, they are not going anywhere. The entire collapse of that entire system will see the death of these kind of ideas. I swear. The politicians are funding them. You need to keep pushing it. Road bad for Ogun State. Ogun State's daughter shared it. They said this Ronukus became obsessed. They said she must be careful before the Igbos will hijack it. Kilo kon Igbo, kilo kon Ogun State road. Not be Igbo person uploaded the picture, which they have the right to upload. Because if you go to Ogun State, you will see Igbos there too. As Nigerians, they are doing their businesses everywhere, paying taxes. So, not forcing anybody to actually give their properties to them without anything, right? They are there in Ogun State. They didn't take the pictures. They use the roads. They are businessmen, right? They use the Ogun State road every now and then. Igbo people have been kidnapped in Ogun State by kidnappers in Ogun State. Igbo business people, Yoruba, So everybody lives there. They pay taxes there. They can upload the pictures from there. That's where they live. But this time around, it wasn't even an Igbo person that actually is a Yoruba girl. And Yoruba Kanuri girl. She was so surprised that, oh my God, see my Papa State. This is horrible. Then she raised the alarm. The state government responded by trying to bully her. They sent troll after her. When that didn't work, now they've mobilized all of their tractors onto some of the roads to start grading them. Isn't that a good thing? What's it concern Igbo people there? What's it concern Igbo in all of this now? But the obsession is with the Igbos. I just don't know that. I just don't know why. My conclusion is that these guys are lunatics. They do not actually make any sensible, sort of a sentence or a view about this. It's just about the obsession. Oh, they are coming to Ogun State. They are now going to go to Oyo. They are the worst road is in the east. This place that they don't go to work on Monday. All that nonsense talk. Repeat it. Keep repeating it. That girl. Hey, Koshigo. I did all of this with all of you during the election. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not joining you. I'm not joining you in in hating the Igbos, because this is not about the Igbos. You heard that? That's our. I'm not joining all of you with all this nonsense anymore. I'm not letting any of you brainwash me and use me to attack other people. Now I know all your agenda. She said it to them. She was part of them. Now they have to, I told you, if you look at everything going on with Nigeria, even your own states, Nasarawa, if you don't know anybody to blame the Igbos. It is it is an unwritten code. A lot of you have subconsciously did it too. They are saying it must be true. Some of you I've had one or two people who came on here. You see, Maiyegun, I love our Igbo brothers. I love them so much. I just want them to I want them to stop listening to the people like Obi. I want our Igbo brothers to try and be united. What is really wrong with you? What do we really need to do to actually get some of you reformatted for real? You, these shameless, shameful people, to associate more. Your obsession with them, I don't understand. They are so arrogant. They are too loud. They are like you are just there like, I just hate these people. I don't know why. I don't understand. I don't. It's everywhere. And you know why I keep saying it? Is because A lot of people would like to pretend that Maiyegun forget. Even Igbo people will say, Maiyegun don't mind them, Jare, we'll leave them. We know they care. Hello, whether you care or you don't, these are stains on the Omoluabi Yorubas. Yorubas are accommodating, loving. It's like it's too much for us. Now we have these homegrown terrorists, unproductive criminals, who are now echoing the rhetoric of the divisive rhetoric of their own criminal leaders who mean no well for Yoruba land. You destroy Yoruba land, no road, no school, no light, no nothing. Then you want the Yorubas to say, the Igbos, where do you consign the Igbos here? Go and do your own. And guess those who are asking you to say that, these are a bunch of sewage dwellers, people that are, and they are so loud. It's not their fault, I promise you. It is because of a system that forms of fuels, ethnic, tribal, divisive rhetoric just to keep power. It's an horrible thing, promise you. Anyway, here is something is trending though, right? I think it's on TikTok. It is the young Arewans. Arewa. They are now like, if Nigeria go divide, hey, the North no get anything, but they are wrong. But I love it. I love the fact that they are trying to raise the awareness. So we're going to stop by in Abuja. Where were the wicked? The man that just constructed a 21 billion naira vice president's house. The same guy that just got a supplementary, he got 1.2 trillion naira, we heard, as a minister. Then he is also going to get 98.8 billion naira supplementary budgets. Now he has chosen that Ureti shouldn't tell him how to, I'm just going to build houses for judges. Judges need houses. We must give the houses for judges. That's with the weekend. Another set of 11 billion naira for judges' quarters. That you
do an S legally, not in September is tomorrow, legally in this division. Let me also say that Mr. President is not only concerned about building this alone. Mr. President has also provided. Now look, when he hears where judges are living, people who are involved in trying criminals, people who are involved in controversial cases, there are rented buildings. Tomorrow, the money is not there to pay. And then the contractor will be embarrassed, the landlord will be embarrassing them. That is not what we should have. We should have a judiciary where they have their own houses so they will be comfortable and carry out their duties. What Mr. President has done, I want to say to all of us that we should provide accommodation, 10 for the Court of Appeal, 10 for the Federal High Court, 20 for the FCT Court. My Lord, if the DPP helps us on time, you lay the foundation of these 40 buildings for the Court of Appeal, for the FCT High Court, and the Federal High Court before you retire. I will believe by August we will have laid the foundation. The President has also not stopped there. He has said several times in the executive that look, as judges, when they retire, they have no other job to do. Unlike medical doctors, unlike engineers, who when they retire can go back to their practice. And in this case, this is not available for the justices and judges. And Mr. President said, look, we have to start somewhere. And he has approved that the heads of court must have their retirement homes. Mr. President has approved the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, the Chief Judge of the FCT, the President of the National Industrial Court, and the President of the Court of Appeal must have their retirement homes. And I want to assure you, by the grace of God, the foundation of these homes will be laid this August, and before that September, you all have their keys to their houses. Also, because of the request made by the Chief Judge of the FCT, who have said, now look, they need more court rooms for the magistrates, particularly in Matama, Asokoro, and Garaki districts, that they need more.
That's why somebody said, when the revolution starts, now that way the week go in go target. A lot of you watching me right now believes that there will never be one. Oh, Baba, what do you have to lose if you can imagine it? Because who knows? If it happens, I could actually bring your, make your dream come true. What do you have to lose? If I am in Nigeria when that kicks off, right? I have 3 people that I don't want all of you to drag with me. Please. If you see them anywhere, you have to bring them to me and say, am I going to get interested in these 3? I won't give you the names so that I don't get tagged like, oh, Abuja no get water. Abuja markets, they no get water. They no get fire. Get power. Hospitals, no medicine. What do you call it? No bed. In Abuja, where they have the Abuja General Hospital shower. And I think that's the major one, isn't it? With a weekend, we spent 11 billion naira and more. Because with what I have heard now, let's say the total is going to somewhere around 21 billion again. But not for one house, 40 houses. They had to build retirement home for judges. It's increased the salary of the judges. The Chief Justice of Nigeria now earns 4 times of what he used to earn last month. Just 2 days ago, despite all the protests in Kenya, Ruto still increased the salaries of the politicians. Today, he don't cut them off. Thiefnubu has increased the salaries of Nigerian judges, judiciary, 3 times in the last 1 year. Not just that. Thiefnubu has released, as part of the sharing money, he has released over 150 billion naira to the judiciary. I remember that of 47 billion, and I remember another of 109 billion naira. These 2 tranches were given to the judiciary in Nigeria by Thiefnubu from last year and this year. All to pay back the judiciary that make a drug dealer president. Can you beat that? The judiciary that rejected all evidences and then turned around and said no evidence was presented because they did not present the evidence at the right time. They did not file them in. Instead of writing A, they wrote F. That's the wrong one. At the end of the day, they made a drug dealer, a drug baron, the president of Nigeria, a certificate forger, an election rigger, a criminal. So he's paying them back, rewarding them every now and then. So the supposed Attorney General of Nigeria, Attorney General Minister of Justice. This guy will go come your screen right now. Now the APC lawyer during the presidential tribunal, presidential election tribunal, court cases, right? Now the guy who represented APC, this is now the Minister of Justice. But in his words, maybe if we can build all these houses, judges are too poor in Nigeria. Now they won't be poor because right now in Nigeria, judiciary is no longer the last hope of a common man. It is the last hope of, listen.
Gone were those days when judiciary was regarded as the last hope of common man. I take objection to it. It is the big people now who patronize the judiciary, not even the common man. And if you have any doubt, when election is approaching, come and see the way, with all respect, some people behave like rain-beaten chicken. Forgive me, I don't mean to be rude. So the judiciary is no longer the last hope of common man alone. It is also, or majorly now, the last hope of the big shots. The establishment, I know.
So the next thing he said is that he knew that Werewike would not start any project that he won't finish. In Rivers State, Werewike was building flyover to nowhere, while the adjoining roads were completely off. It'd be like saying you build bridge now, flyover bridge here, right? And then from here, like 100 kilometers away, there is no road. Here, 100 kilometers away, there is no road. But they probably would do like from the bridge, flyover, they will do maybe 2-3 kilometers from that 100 kilometer, right? And then they will take the picture, take everything. Flyover 1, flyover 2, flyover 12. Even where he did gather, who did this gather? Who built this gather? Werewike. It was just a big say, you get. So he was building houses for judges when his wife was member of the River State Judicial, wherever. She's member of the High Court, I think. Now she's a member of the Supreme Court. So Werewike's wife will benefit from the, no, I think Court of Appeal. Is she one of, okay, I don't care. Or it shall be, what is, she don't move from Rivers now to Abuja, where she will be entitled to a house when she retires. And Thiefnubu has approved that. Where is the money coming from? I don't know. But the Abuja people can continue to complain that they have no access to the primary health care. The poor people have no money to pay for the medical bills of their children. Werewike doesn't give a damn. You know that? Eh? I'll leave it at that. Now, finally, I love these girls. No, not girls. Why do I like calling women girls? I kind of like to call them ladies or something. It doesn't matter. So these ladies are Arewa ladies. In their own little way, they are raising awareness. What if Nigeria break up tomorrow? What if Nigeria go back to regionalism? What if? Where would the North be? They ask, you know.
Dear Northern Nigerian people, this is a wake-up call for all of us. If today they decide to make Nigeria survive on their region, what do we have in Northern Nigeria? What do we have in Northern Nigeria? I have come on here to talk about it several times, that the rich in Northern Nigeria are not doing justice. They are not being fair to the poor in Northern Nigeria. They weaponize poverty and make it look like it is a religious thing. Oh, it is okay for you to be poor. It is kadara. That is who we are. It is part of our destiny to have the poor and the rich amongst us. But the proportion in which the poor and the rich are in Northern Nigeria is unfair. Sakani Allah, let's be fair. Let's be frank. Let us sit down at the table and have a proper conversation. Because if today, Anche, Northern Nigeria, that could share the country, that abundant cookie, fitted the she, Akasan, Ubon me muke the she. We have plenty bridges. We will start selling bridge. We will turn bridges to tourist sites. Roundabouts. We will turn it to tourist sites. Because if we do not have roundabouts, if you don't have roundabouts in your country, in your state, if you do not have new bridge made by every new governor, are you even in northern states? What is happening in Northern Nigeria? By the time people say vote, we will say no, Kabila. No, let's follow tribe. Let's follow religion. Now that the economy has been turning on its own, how many times have you gone to the market and you have been offered free food because of your religion? How many times have you been offered free clothes because of your tribe? You're not sitting in your house. You now have light. You're not paying for light again because you voted this person. If you vote anybody, the person goes up there and doesn't perform well, you have every right to remove the person. But the truth is, Moe Arewa will just, Kome Abarwa, Allah, you know, this and that. I'm not taking out the place of God. I am saying trust in God. But in that, use your sense. Use wisdom. These people have used money to separate us. They are intermarrying themselves and spending the money that we're supposed to be shared equally amongst us, the citizens. Arewa, we need to wake up. Gone are those days, we just come and tell us, oh, vote for this person from your state. If this person from your village is not doing the right thing, remove the person and vote for the other person that would probably do the right thing for you. And the person doesn't perform well, come out to the person as well. Thank God it's not forever, it's for 4 years. Northern Nigeria, this is the time to join our heads together. All these bridges, they have not been helping us. the competition that we have now in northern Nigeria is bridge. Any governor that comes in power, build bridge. Name it after you and after the person that you admire. Meanwhile, there are people in your state that are not educated. The educational system in northern Nigeria is in the dustbin. Our security in the dustbin. If they say today, feed yourself, what's going to happen to us? This is a call to action for every northern now. Northern Nigeria has nothing. And I'll keep saying it. We have nothing. When people come out and say we have natural resources, really? Where? Does it translate to your economy? Answer the question. Oh, we have farmlands. How many people can access their farmlands today? How many? Oh, we have, please, for the fact that we have and we are not using it, it translates to we do not have. Because we are putting leaders who would rather harvest all our natural resources, process it, or even sell it and pocket the money, sharing national cake amongst their immediate family and probably extended family. This is a wake-up call to every Ariwa person. We have mineral resources cut across every northern Nigerian state. It will amaze you the number of mineral resources that we have in northern Nigeria. I'm going to do a specially dedicated video for that. Ariwa is blessed, northern Nigeria is blessed, but our major problems are our leaders. Yes, I said it. You see those leaders that come to you and tell you, oh, we are here for you, and they show up every 4 years. They are the problems. And I have another video I'm going to discuss the major problems and the major questions we need to ask our leaders in northern Nigeria. Our natural resources, our education, our lifestyle, our religious and tribal fights and disparities. We're going to ask those questions and we would demand answers. This is a time for Ariwa people to wake up. It is not about time you start looking for sides, because the person that you are defending would not take a stone for you, not talk of a bullet. Open your eyes.
Like this. I told you I love them. So I don't know. The message is getting to northern Nigeria. They are picking it up bit by bit. They are making a lot of content out of this on TikTok right now. So if somebody says that our work here is just talk, you are not paying attention. Just give it time. Give it time. You will wake up one day and you probably will never believe your eyes inside that contraption. Give it time. That's why my own prayer be say, let's close our eyes and pray, because it's a very special prayer. Because say it is not me that because I want Nigeria to break up. That is not why Nigeria will break up. It is not you because you don't want Nigeria to break up. That because you don't want Nigeria to break up, it won't break. No, it's not in your hand. It's not in my hands. Now close your eyes. Let us do this short prayer. The universe, we raise our hands up to you. Whatever it is that is making these criminals continue in this madness, in this trajectory, the universe, make let them change their hand, change their mind, let them continue. Anything that will make them repent and become good people, seek forgiveness, hand over everything they have stolen. Make it not happen, no, because we don't want me to hand them over in peace. Dear universe, we continue to ask you to continue to walk against this road so that they will continue to act abnormally until the doomsday will be the doomsday. Yeah? Thank you very much for listening. You will see, now them go break up Nigeria, blow it up. It just about to happen, right? It will not be televised on your TV in Nigeria. It will be streamed live on the social media. So if you come here and you think it's all talk, don't worry, give it time. Just give it time. So everybody shall they watch, they observe, and they follow. This is my catch up for you, for everyone. I have been away for 2 days, and it's pretty much like I was locked up somewhere, and I was like, I wasn't away because I was following things, I was speaking of things, I was like multitasking. Then I managed to, I could have possibly take you on the UK elections, right? We can do that some other time. So thank you so much, that this is me back. And yeah, you know, I don't know if it is the haircut, though. I don't know if it is a drive, you know. I have not really gotten a proper rest in the last 72 hours. So we drove to London, me and Agbeke, so we drove back as well. Lovely driving though, right? Love it. And the car, oh, amazing. But body go still tell. It's a stressful one. And the kids, you know. So I have delivered what I believe, I believe won't let me sleep well tonight. I said, oh, I could have just had a few minutes with the brethren in the temple. Now I actually ended up spending nearly 150 minutes. That is 2 hours and 30 minutes, okay? So thank you so much to those of you who turned up. I'm going to see you again next time. Now, listen, if you still have the intention of, if you are yet to get your own ticket, coming down to the Yoruba Union Summit in Glasgow next month, it's going to happen next month. Now, if you are going to be interested, if you are interested and you really want to come, the best time for you to start doing that is now. Buy your ticket, book your hotels, come and spend your summer in Glasgow. Let's have a chat. Let's take all this campaign off here for a moment. Let's make it physical. You should join us. Look for the Eventbrite link. Get onto it, like book a place. Buy your ticket, book a place, book your hotel, and let me know when you are coming. Now we'll be there to welcome you and say, bye-bye. Anyway, thanks to every one of you, okay? Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to see you again when I see you. Well, I'm glad I'm back in Glasgow. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ayé ìṣúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òwò.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Ayé ìṣúra jù.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ayé ẹ̀súnra kì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọ́ mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ kùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Allow the two it's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic, and if we talk, na 500,000 they go sama us call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people wey dey spoil our country. So my people make we laugh.
Yo yo yo, Maiyegun.
Politico.
Maiyegun don come,
This one not the off in mind.
Maiyegun don come,
Can in the touchlight every corner.
Maiyegun don come,
Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, see them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you lie down.
Maiyegun don come,
My people make we shout down.
Maiyegun don come,
Maiyegun don come, man of the masses.
Maiyegun don come,
Maiyegun Diary Politico.
Maiyegun don come,
This one not the off in mind.
Maiyegun don come,
Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don come. So my people make you laugh.
Maiyegun don come,
My people make you shout.
Maiyegun don come,
Maiyegun don come, man of the masses.
Maiyegun don come,
Maiyegun don.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó lódodo. Maiyegun ti dé ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Lórí Facebook.
Good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you. From wherever you are joining us tonight, it is Maiyegun Live. I'm so sorry that I have to start this late. I just came back from driving over 400 miles. But we need catch up, don't we? There's been so much that happened in the last 48 hours when I was away. So tag this and say, while you were away, Maiyegun, I was not really away. So tell every one of them that Maiyegun today. Nigeria and Oti cook, Oti like, you know, I've got lots of stuff for you tonight. The top of them is that Thiefnubu don't go sign LGBT money, right? And wala ti happen in North Ibayi. Wala don't happen for North. In 2014, Nigeria signed into law, good luck, Jonathan. Homosexuality in Nigeria is a crime. People have been lynched just because they are suspected to be gays. And yes, there are million gays in Nigeria, so you know. This was considered as one of the reasons why the Americans, Obama turned his back on Nigeria and allowed the terrorists to take over power in Nigeria. Now, 8 years after Boko Haram, Mumu ticket, Muslim ticket. That's how they are shouting in the north right now. miss you too. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you. From wherever you are joining us tonight, it is Maiyegun, and just call this catch up. So we'll be catching up in the last 48 hours. Anyway, I was away somewhere in London, right? In the last 2 days, when the alarm of help, kilo shele now, people were sinking, drowning in their dreams, on their bed, real life. And guess what? Because the man, the Poseidon, that defended Lagos from the Atlantic Ocean is no longer in Lagos. And whatever I put there to defend the Lagos in his head is no longer working. We had to send out lifeboats to save people. Few of these catch up.
This is Iyanaworo. Before the mainland bridge, high flood, submerging all cars going to Lagos Island. All cars highly submerged inside the flood.
Oh yeah. They go.
Yeah, they go.
You see long, those strong pass you don't be go. You carry Korok me.
Jesus Christ. What? I'm practically swimming. No way. It's not even possible, no.
Oh my God.
Jesus, yeah. Also got another this side. Jesus, yeah.
I don't know how to talk.
What's in there?
My chairman has my mommy friend.
I swear, you want to send you my pants?
You never enter my own, no? Hey! God, people are even backing themselves. Who will back me like this?
How much for backing?
Hey, what is this like this, God? Hey, God. I bet video me made a sleeping like this.
Wait. Oh, your phone well,
Madam, sleep Jesus. God, what is this? What is this? Oh, yeah, mom, go fast. Keep your phone, though. I need to.
So that was all over Lagos. People are still trying to dry their furnitures, beddings. So many people have like their gadgets ruined, destroyed, and almost no part of Lagos was spared during that flooding. They've demolished thousands of houses. You would think that that could be a huge sacrifice eventually to save Lagos from all of that. Not even the house of God was spared.
Now they flood.
That's what he's saying. This is the first time you are witnessing this kind of.
This one now flood. This one, see our chair, everything fall down. See. Hey, I don't know wetin I go call this one. Oh. This year rain is bigger than any other thing. Oh. Let us watch and see. Oh. See everywhere. See everywhere. Everywhere. Feed up with water. Let me go and check you whether our instrument is inside water too. I'm entering Cyclis. Water feed everywhere. Water feed everywhere. Water free everywhere. Everywhere. People, where's this swim? Okay? Even if this one said we don't need to honor any electrical appearance because of shocking. The waterway soak this church. Make I go find key first.
It was massive. Those who are watching me from Lagos right now, maybe some of them are like putting their feet on the desk and watching Maiyegun. Oh, Maiyegun, you are showing about us. This was 3 days ago. It's getting better now. So how is it? In the midst of all that chaos, the Thiefnubu's children, the Agberos, they were there. What? To monetize it. They were actually charging people to cross the bridge or walk in the water until they were reported online. And in the same vein, within few hours, they sent their march. So that's like a 2 video I'm going to show you now. That's also part of what happened to yesterday.
Yeah, gbèsè abeg 100 naira ló ń gbà. Láì wọ mọ́tò. Ẹ̀wù. We are collecting 100 naira on each person to take this passage. This is straight fare under bridge. Straight fare 100 under bridge. Pay 100 naira before you can take the passage. And we have president in this country. We have President Thiefnubu. Look at their faces.
No, come on.
So they caught them. As usual. Well, from the other news, just while I was like, tucked away, right? I wasn't away. So I saw the sudden change in the attitude of the Eastern politicians, the Igbo politicians, concerning this illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now somehow, I don't know, maybe they heard us. They called a meeting. And in that meeting, they kind of feel like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be instrumental to the peace or to the peace process that they are trying to embark upon in Eastern Nigeria. And this time, they are ready to throw anything into it for his freedom. And from the grapevine, yeah, that's exactly what should have been done a while back. Okay? I don't know what is prompting them now, But from what I have gathered, right, it is expected before the end of this month or next month in August, if they are whatever they are pushing with Thiefnubu works out. Okay, and also depends on the pressure coming from the Fulani oligarchs that wanted to keep him as a trophy. Nnamdi Kanu can be out before the end of this month. You know, depends on where the pendulum swing between them, because it's obvious, right, that they can't really have anything to try him with. They have him, they could make up evidences and all of that, right? But yet they still couldn't. So yeah, that's what I saw them doing. And I've told you this before, I don't care. I don't care whatever they come up with. Okay? An innocent man is being punished unjustly. And simply because he is also Igbo, committing no crime other than asking for a referendum where the Igbos will decide if they still want to be part of Nigeria or not. There are Igbos who still want to be, no wahala. There are Igbos who don't want to be, no wahala. Let them go to the poll called the referendum. But the beneficiaries of Nigeria from the eastern part of Nigeria always sees him as a big threat. They thought he had political ambition, political interest. They went all out to destroy him and his ideology. But despite all of that, it's pretty much not going away. And they themselves are not having the peace they thought they would have when they waged the war, that they are still waging against the IPOB. You will know better later. Yeah, with time. So I saw them coming out of the Enugu government house, issuing a statement. So I was like, okay, let's hear it.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
A communique issued today, 2nd July 2024, by the Southeast Governors Forum. The forum commiserated with the government and people of Abia State, Ebonyi, Imo State, indeed the entire Southeast region and Nigeria, and the family of Ogbonnayanu's family. The people of Ogbonnayanu's family on the demise of His Excellency Dr. Ogbonnaya. The forum received the delegation of the former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, GCFR, Chief Emeka Anyoko, GCON, and His Royal Majesty Igwe Emeka Achabe, CFR, the Ode of Onitsha, who came on a solidarity visit to this forum. The forum deliberated on the reviewed report of the Southeast Security and Economic Summit held in Owerri on the 28th September 2023 and agreed to implement the aspects of the report pertaining to security and economic integration of the region, and affirmed its desire to put actionable plans on the key issues agreed. The forum resolved to visit Mr. President to discuss the pressing issues, all pressing issues concerning the Southeast region. The forum also deliberated and resolved to interface with the federal government to secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu, and the meeting adjourned whenever. Thank you. Signed, His Excellency the Governor of Imo State, Senator Hope Uzodinma, CON. His Excellency Dr. Alex Oti, OFR, the Governor of Abia State. His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, the Governor of Anambra State. His Excellency Right Honorable Francis Winfrey, the Governor of Ebonyi State. And finally, our host governor, His Excellency Dr. Peter Mba. Thank you all, and may God bless you.
They conspired. Listen to this. When they negotiated his release in 2019 or thereabout, was it? No, I think it was 2017. When they negotiated his release, right? They drafted the conditions and agreed with the conditions. And the condition was that he must not be seen in the midst of more than 5 people. He should never speak to the press, and he must never use the radio Biafra. So they agreed that among themselves. And the following day, they signed a paper to say they are their sureties, and they presented it to a judge who released him on bail. Now, he now went on to go and meet with the Southeast governors of that time. Devulumayi of Ebonyi. I can't remember all their names right now. Oguanyi of Enugu. I remember Oguanyi of Enugu. What's that? Ikweazu of Abia was there. This Hopeless Uzodingba was there. Who else was there at the time? Like, and then Unwa Buize, the man is dead now. So they agreed to have Nnamdi Kanu to present the grievances, and say, I have no grievances other than the marginalization, which is external. However, the internal marginalization itself, neglect of our people. People are at the mercy of upcoming Fulani terrorists. They will not be able to defend themselves. Set up security outfits in the name of the Southeast region to provide security for the people of the region, especially the people of the rural areas, prone to the attacks of these Fulani terrorists. It wasn't this deep then. No. Then he told them that to reduce unemployment and youth emigration from the region, right? That all the 5 regions should put their resources together to improve the economy of the region, provide electricity. Please, you are Igbos. That's why it said you are Igbos. You could do all these things if you wanted them, without having to use excuses of Nigeria. You could have the best road and all of that. They said. He listed the level stuff, right? And all of them, none of them said anything about him, what he wanted, not even for the IPOB. Because to him, IPOB means indigenous people of Biafra. It's not a nickname, it's not an acronym. It's a full-fledged full name, identity. Indigenous peoples of Biafra. So if I'm going to ask for anything, I will want you to please protect them. You know? So after that meeting, they just called Buhari that take him out. And that was why they attempted to kill him. And they said he jumped bail. Right? The next thing, Devulumayi and the rest of them, they said they were putting together their own security outfits. The moment Nnamdi Kanu from exile mobilized young people inside that in the Igbo land. He mobilized all of them. Volunteers. I had the videos here for some time. Volunteers, and they uploaded the video. These are the Eastern Security Network. The same template he gave to these people who have the political power to actually do it. Even if Nigeria won't run mad, may they run mad, but do it for the sake of your people. They won't. They send soldiers to kill him. He managed to escape from those killers. Then the next thing, the Igbo governors, they came together, they proscribed IPOB. Okay, some of you have forgotten. It wasn't Buhari that first proscribed IPOB. It was these Igbo governors that came out and called IPOB a terrorist organization. They now started their own security. They call it Ebubeagu. Ebubeagu, where they have torture houses across Igbo land. Torture houses where they will pick anyone they know that, okay, if I say this one has somebody, we know that he's a member of IPOB, he supports and follows Nnamdi Kanu. They will pick them, kill them, torture some of them. Some of them, their organs taken. Horrible, horrible things. Ebubeagu. They were supposed to go and protect the farmers from the Fulani terrorists. They were all over the place, hunting down. They said they were looking for IPOB. How can you put a security together to hunt your own people? They called in the military. They militarized the eastern part of Nigeria to intimidate every young person that might be listening to Nnamdi Kanu. They criminalize it. Now they will say, you're IPOB. Oh, you are, it's because of these rogues. Now, all of that didn't work. So they kidnapped him. That worked with the help of Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya, who is now parading himself all over Nigeria as one of the elder statesmen of Africa, the friend of a good-luck Igbereju Lantern. So they kidnapped him, took him to Nigeria, drugged him, took him to Nigeria, tortured him, beat him, and all of that. 3 years after, still unbroken. Now they are like, you know what, I think some of us, if things goes on like this, so many of those people who are attacking people in the eastern Nigeria are using his name, saying as long as he remains in that place, they are doing everything in his name, blah, blah, blah. So these politicians are now coming together to say, okay, yeah, we must get him out. I don't care how they do it. Get him out. We'll deal with the rest after. Whatever condition of that nonsense they always put together, right? The Nnamdi Kanu I have known for a while. Just let him out and watch. So here is Abaribe, one of those who volunteered as guarantors for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said bail the last time. He has something to say. All of them right now, like, they are all over the place to try and see if Thiefnubu will just use Nnamdi Kanu to shut the North up. Or with this Samoa deal, $150 billion LGBTQ plus, I'm coming back to that. Abaribe.
Go beyond this. You can pause and get this. No, I think it's beyond. Let's come back. Let's go back. Are you okay? Nigerians want to know the purpose of your meeting with the AGF this morning, sir.
Yes, this is the members of the Southeast Senate caucus, and we are here to see the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice on a very, very important matter to the people of the Southeast. It's the matter concerning Nnamdi Kanu and the continued legal wranglings concerning his incarceration. The Southeast Senate caucus, just like the rest of the members of the Southeast, put the business leaders, the clergy, the political people, and everybody in the Southeast are all very worried about it, knowing that that has been the fulcrum, I would say, for what is going on in the Southeast regarding the insecurity. All the criminals and all the people going around causing mayhem in the Southeast have all said that it is because Nnamdi Kanu is being held. We know that this is not the truth. It's just that we have gotten to the point where people are now hijacking a legitimate call for his release and turning it into something that has led to deaths and destruction of properties and so many other undescribable mayhem that is going on in the Southeast. And so we came to meet with the Minister of Justice and Attorney General because we know that at the end of the day, everything that happens in the political, in the legal scheme will eventually come to his office. And we came to appeal to him to help us to let Mr. President know that all leaders of the Southeast feel that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will help in dousing all the tensions and everything that is going on in the Southeast. And we are very, very certain that his duty as the Attorney General also gives him the powers of nolle prosecute, the powers of making sure that litigation don't continue and the sufferings of the people of the Southeast continue. That is the essence of why we came here. And I think you know also, I think it's also clear that several different groups in the Southeast, including the Southeast governors who met yesterday, have all been making exactly the same type of plea. And we think that this will help us to bring to an end all the insecurity problems going on presently.
Focus we met with Mr. Kanu to know whether he is willing to accept either conditional release or no.
Yes, on behalf of the caucus, I met with Nnamdi Kanu myself on behalf of the rest of the caucus on Monday. Today is Wednesday. We met with him between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Monday, and he is very, very supportive of this, our plea to the President and of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes.
They need a senator to be supportive this time around. Would you be willing to
I don't think that is necessary to ask. We came here on his behalf, and that tells you that any of our senators that you see, the 15 of us, by the way, the 15 of us signed this letter. A few of us are not here just for reasons of logistics and all that. Some are also not. But we all signed the letter, and you will also have a copy of the letters that we did. So any senator in the Southeast is very willing. The governors are willing. The business leaders are willing. The clergy, they are willing. So the traditional rulers are also willing. So I do not think that anything will stop us if it comes to that. And he has also assured me that he is ready to fulfill any conditions that are put that will lead to his early release.
Sir, is there any positive response from the AGF?
Yes, the AGF received us very warmly and also told us that, of course, this is a request for which he has to go and study it, digest it, and take to the president, because he won't take the ultimate decision. I think it's a decision of the government of the Federal Republic.
So don't forget, they are politicians. They are the ones playing the back, the defense, the attack, and all that. So somebody was trying to take it on me. Niger watchdog. You know how many information I had to kind of release offhand, just like that. So if there's a slip that says, oh, the Southeast governor, you can see I was actually trying to even remember all their past governors who were part of the prescription of IPOB. So why do you have to single it out and say, why did you say Lessons or Dijo was there? Of course it wasn't, right? When it was when IPOB was prescribed by what do you call the Southeast governor, you would say Okorocha, Ekweazu, Egwanye, Devalues, as well as Obaino of Anambra at the time. These are kind of like men of yesterday, like they were like gone. But there are new players there now. And then the role that this Oplesuz Otingba played in terrorizing and, terrorizing, opened the gate, the floodgate of hell for the terrorism of the people of Eastern Nigeria by the Nigerian army, which has led to what I call the, silence genocide that is currently going on in Eastern Nigeria. So Don't rub it on my face, man. Okay. So anyway, let's go to that part where he said Nnamdi Kanu told him that he will sign any conditions they bring before him. That's a political statement. And that's absolute rubbish, right? But again, like I said, these guys can say what they like. They can do what they like, right? At the end of the day, within themselves, okay, if they are convinced within themselves and beat their own argument, wherever, I don't care what they do. Let that guy out first. That's when all of us will now begin to kind of like, so what is going to happen now? Let him out first. Because there are so many things that is so wrong with this. Do you understand? There's so many things wrong. However, him being alive and healthy is so valuable. So that's same a valid cause of his. For this good for nothing career criminals to just kill him for nothing. So that's my no. I'm not talking about others. So here you get. It's talking about criminality in Eastern Nigeria. Criminality in Eastern Nigeria. It's unknown. What is unknown gunmen? You are having insecurity in a place that is the most militarized region in Nigeria. That is not where the Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, Fulani terrorists are. But yet is this the most militarized region of Nigeria, southeast of Nigeria. Unknown gunmen. Until they caught these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 criminals. They were policemen who were also kidnappers in Anambra. But guess what? If Fulani doesn't kidnap people, they are soldiers, they are policemen, they are kidnappers with guns. That's how corrupt and how rigged the entire system is in that place. So they caught these guys, they were policemen, ladies and gentlemen, Olopa.
Gun, different type of gun, including service pistols. We know what we use. All those guns, pistol. Is this a police pistol? Is this a police pistol? You book the pistol. Okay. What's your name? John who? You are from where? Where in Enugu State? What is your work? Driver. Where in Utuwale? When I know. Okay. What's your mission to this place? Huh? No, we're back to Sharigoshi. At Sharigoshi. Okay. My friend, what's your name? Can I have again? Onye? Onye, sir? Onye ka Onye? You want your bed? Can you narrow? Driver. Okay. Can you put to me? Can you go to the there? Can you get part of it? Oh, no, ever. So they are not complete. I don't let me give it. 5. Okay. And that one will deal with the ammunition. Yes, can I have again welcome? Huh? James who? Mama. They're from where? Amushu. What do you do for a living? Police officer attached to where? Obosi. What is your mission? You went for well, this army uniform. Why do you carry it so that when you see army, you change to army? What do you use the army uniform for? I'm not aware of that. You are not aware? Yes, I don't even know that. You must be aware now. All this gone. Where did you book it from? From office. From office. This place where not book up. I'm not the one that booked it. Okay. What's your name? Huh?
Touch it. Egbe. From where? From where are you working? Where in Anambra State? What is your mission to this place? Where the bunkering when escort day? Where is the bunkering day? They have gone. Five of you. Where is the fifth person? The fifth person, the person that escort you people, you say people are five. He have gone. What is his name? What is the name? What is the name? What is the name of the other one that have gone? What is the name of the one that have gone? The policeman too? Where has he gone to?
Hey, stop it now.
Stop it.
Don't worry, okay? Stop it. He say make you don't worry. Stop that thing.
Now, look at it. This army uniform. This army uniform. What do you people use army uniform for? What do you use it for? Wait, normally. Produce people. Yes. Five of you specialize in illegal duties and robbery and kidnapping. All that is your work. Because that place is a place we are praying every day for a breakthrough. Then where I mean for where police will block road, carry motor. So thank you people.
What of the medicine?
These are a team of a mix-up of people who claim they are police, and we know they are into nefarious activities. Arrested early this morning by a combined team of Nigerian police and the neighborhood watch, Amala Igasi, who kept vigil to ensure that the job will be a success. These are people we suspect have been terrorizing this area. They were arrested with 2 AK-47, 1 Beretta pistol, with four magazines with fully loaded, and with some extra ammunition, charms of different assortment, phones.
Somebody said that's a crude interrogation. Baba Nigeria, you don't understand that Nigeria system is crude. Put it that way, crude. Okay? It's uncivilized. All those grammar people are not forget that. Right? Everything is still much archaic, crude. And of course, yeah, we can sit there to shoot to people there who, people on here who to have their own conviction, indeed, whenever they are feeding fat on the propaganda of the APC. I saw where, or have you seen that before, when we were talking about being crude, okay? Yesterday, it was so loud online that there was going to be a Kenya-like protest in Nigeria against EFCC. Ladies and gentlemen, now so EFCC told them, if they burn you well, we have received information that you want to destroy Nigeria. You want to shake any cock in the corn. Why are people interested in protesting against the EFCC? Right? Because it is Nigeria where the EFCC that cannot find Yeye Bello, they can find everyone else. Rude. Not with court ruling or any court order or any search warrant. But when EFCC looks at your house and they're like, ah, this house fine. Oh, they can burst into it. If they look at outside the club and they see the kind of cars parked outside, they will attack the place and, assault everybody inside the place. They are fighting for, they are fighting financial crime. Imagine you and your family in the living room. And then the next thing, you check your phone, there's a signal. Your Ring camera is picking up something. What's this?